This is how you do a first episode for a new season, especially for a show that has been missed for quite some time, bro.
Crazy Stupid Podcast.
Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, if this is your first time watching, we'd love it if you could hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell so that you are aware of when we post things. Hey everyone, so as you know, TikTok's probably gone. So if you want to continue seeing the content that we're going to be creating, in our bio, you'll see a link to all of our social media accounts. If you wouldn't mind, please feel free to follow us on our additional accounts in the case that TikTok does get banned. We can still continue to have our great conversations that we've had. We really appreciate the support that you guys have had with us over the last 2 years, and we want to continue this for many more. Thanks. See you all.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Crazy Stupid Podcast. My name is Esther.
And I'm Adrian.
Today, finally, but also a little surprise, a little early. We got a little 24 hours.
Word. I guess the hype is really there.
That's so cute. I really like that.
Yeah.
But yes, Severance Season 2 has arrived.
First and foremost, spoilers will be in this. So if you have not watched Severance, do not watch this. Just keep going. Just keep going.
And watch the show.
Listen, all I'm going to say is this, bro. This is how you do a first episode for a new season, especially for a show that has been missed for quite some time, bro.
Yeah. Well, what do you think that they did so special?
I got to tip my hat to Severance real quick because we had so many unanswered questions. At least I did at the season 1 finale for Severance. And there was a side of me that was just anxious to get the show back, to just get all my questions answered. But they just added more questions.
Yeah, they can't give us too much.
Well, that's the
soon.
thing. But I think I kind of forgot that there was more things happening here with Lumon outside of just the wife reveal. Remember, we got the clip with the goats when there's feeding him in the back. And then we get the clip of
Miss Casey going down the elevator.
Yeah.
That other elevator.
And I'm assuming that's got to be what Irving was talking about. The intrigue is so back. And I think that is how you pull your fans back in. I don't know, man. I just feel like that is just great television. They know that it's been a while. They know that we're going to miss our characters. So they sort of took their time, not reintroducing us, but helping us settle back into that world.
Mm-hmm. I do hope and I trust. I will say I trust. You know, there's some shows like Lost, for example. Okay, love Lost. Lost is very good.
Careful.
Okay, this is also this is another show from the same people who created Lost, actually, but the show From on Amazon Prime. My Fromily people will understand. Sometimes there's a show that has extremely high intrigue, right?
Yeah.
At first, it's I understand not having answers to my questions, and then it goes a really long time, and it's okay, but you're not going to answer any of the questions.
Is that what you're getting with From?
Yes, that's what we're getting with From. And that's also a complaint people had about Lost for a long time, that it was just it's just more confusion every time.
I'm going to plead the fifth because Lost is in my top 5 shows ever, but you do you.
I'm not saying I don't love Lost,
I feel you.
But that is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hopeful that that's not what's going to happen here. I think that they're going to find the right balance between give and take. You know, give us a little something, give us a little, some answers, and I feel like we've already kind of seen that. We got something with Mark's wife and Helly's identity outside. They give us a little something, but then every time they give us a little something, then they also have to take a little bit of our certainty by giving another question. That I feel is the right way to do that. This is the right balance to strike.
Or what you were saying with From, the payoff to the intrigue is underwhelming or anticlimactic. And I remember I felt that when we were watching 1899 on Netflix, those first 5 or 6 episodes, I am really into this. And then by the last 2, I was just kind of
Oh, they're on a spaceship.
So this is it?
Cryo sleep. Is that what it's called? Cryo?
This is it. I felt the same way when we watched The Outsider on HBO with Stephen King's adaptation. There's all this mystery and all this lore that they're building. And there's this intrigue of what is this? What's going on? And then the reveal feels so anticlimactic. That's why I really liked 3 Body Problem. Because they don't show you what the aliens look like. And I think that was a genius decision because the the mystery behind it is part of the charm for that show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm on a high right now after like watching like a good movie or a good TV show. This is what I feel after watching this premiere for Severance right now. Like I am very excited.
I also love, okay, you know, when a show ends on a cliffhanger like that, there's like a couple of things that people do. Like sometimes they do that thing where like you come back like way after the event occurred and like they like make you wait to like find the resolution or like figure out what happened.
Like you got to go back and then they slowly reveal it.
I always hate that. I'm like, I pick up right where we left off, okay? And I understand that time has passed since where we left off, but we picked up right where Mark S left off.
Right.
Any Mark S left off. And you could tell based on his energy in the elevator and coming out of it. I also love the way that scene was shot.
Bro.
And the music and
I think that was done in one shot. Like they I think there's some VFX used, but still.
It was
like
a good time. It was feeling kind of like
cameras
retro.
moving around everywhere. I loved it.
I don't know if this is correct, but it was giving like Hitchcock. I don't know if that's right.
Alfred Hitchcock? There might be. I mean, so much inspiration came from him. You know, like you could point everything back to him, honestly.
I was like, oh, this is fun, but like kind of scary.
Man, that you said, and that reminded me of they did that in a few shows, bro. They did that in Chuck. I remember at the beginning of season 3, there's this thing where it's just kind of like Chuck and Sarah had this kind of on and off again thing going on. And in the beginning of season 3, you're like, what the just happened? Like they're not together. Things are, and it's just like, I'm not feeling it. And then like towards the end, you get like a hint of what happened. They did the same thing with One Tree Hill. And I remember at the end, it was just kind of, I think they did a little bit better than Chuck, but still it was kind of like.
They did it in The Office too, low key with Pam and Jim.
There's a good way to do it and a bad way to do it.
Yeah, but I feel like this was the right way to do this. Like, I would have been frustrated if we came back and it was like, you know, I just...
Bro, at the beginning of the episode, when Milchek was like, hey, Mark, it's been 5 months. And I was like, whoa. Huh? What are you talking about right now? Severance, you're messing with my brain. But no, they did it well.
I have some theories.
Me too.
You want to go first?
I don't think that's Helly.
Oh, you think her Outtie is there?
Ooh,
that's good.
And I'm not alone in that, because at first I was like, bro, they're giving into the demands of Mark and Dylan and Irving and Helly very easily. I know they're on that like Lumon reform, blah, blah, blah. I'm not buying any of that BS. But she made a spectacle. Helly made a spectacle, right?
Yeah.
I don't see a company with this kind of power and this kind of secrets in Lumon to just let the severed Helly go back like nothing's changed. I'm not buying it, bro. I think they're up to something. I think they wanted to opt down there to figure out why they were so gung-ho to get back in, and they want to make sure that their secrets don't get out. I'm sorry. This I don't know.
Okay, I really like that.
And a few people have said it online too.
The only thing that's making me doubt is that when she's having the conversation with Mark in the hallway.
Yeah.
And she like gets really offended and is like, we are nothing like them. That to me felt very Helly. Like Helly needs to believe that is not her out there, because that girl is her op.
And that's got to be such an existential experience for Helly, because we are introduced to her as the rebel that starts the Severance revolution. I don't even know what to call it, but she's the one that's always pushing all the other people. She's pushing Mark to think about why PD left the map. She's pushing all these other people. She's breaking the rules. She's trying to escape from the Severed world. And then to find out that your Outtie is the polar opposite, like your antithesis.
My thing with her is those two can't coexist. Like it's no reintegration there. Like they can't go. Like it's one or the other in the end.
Dang, bro.
This is my theory.
Let's hear it.
I don't think that there was a spectacle, and I think that they're lying to them.
Oh, about how famous they've gotten.
I think that's a lie. Because here's the thing. I just am a little bit skeptical. Part of me feels like nothing happened. Like there was no true fallout from this, and that they are telling them everything that they think they need to hear to feel like they were successful.
Yeah. I think what kind of supports your theory, in my view, is Milchek. He's moving real shifty and snaky right now, but it feels like he's pushing too hard with the reform talk. Like, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. And the reason why I feel like the act broke down a little bit when they were showing that he couldn't get his computer fixed with getting Cabell's name off of it. He dropped the act for a slight bit. And I'm like, oh, that's season 1 Milkshake right there.
I mean, he's definitely faking. They're also scapegoating Cabell
A lot.
So they're making her take the fall. Which part of me also too is like, I don't believe that actress is not in the show. This is the thing. It's like everything that they're saying to them could be an absolute lie. Like, and there's no way that they would know. We don't know how much they know. Really, it's kind of like iffy. We don't really know. We don't know what the Outties have told them. We don't know what the people around the Outties told them about what occurred. They purposely didn't let us see Mark Outtie form this episode, so we don't know what happened, how his sister reacted. Like, we don't know anything, so we have no clue what information Lumon has. It's possible like every single thing that they are telling them about the fallout is a lie. Obviously, the reform, whether it really is coming from outside pressure to make the working conditions for them better from the fallout of what they did, which something about that does not add up to me. I don't know why. That's why part of me is like, I don't.
Too easy, bro.
I just don't think. I don't think that in that audience. I don't think Helly's speech to that audience would work.
The only thing that I'm wondering is, what did Mark's sister and his brother-in-law do with the information that because remember, he told them everything, and they were talking about finding like a local journalist that they could bring the information to, because she was like, you can't go to the police because they got their hands in everything. So only thing that I'm curious with is, what did Mark's family do with that information? But there's a side of me that feels like Lumon probably has their hands in like a CNN or like a Fox, and will probably have the pundits spin it in a way where like they're kind of kooky. Like,
they can spin anything, but I also think that his reveal about the wife being alive would change all of those plans. Remember, they said Mark insisted. Now, if this is true, which it makes sense to me, Mark is the one that insisted to come back.
Yeah.
Right now, Outtie Mark and any Mark both know that Lumon doesn't know that they know that Miss Casey is his wife.
Right.
It does not serve them to go public with that information.
Yeah.
So I think there's a possibility that they didn't do anything, and that's why Outtie Mark is like, go back to work, and he's probably going to go back to old girl who does the surgeries or something.
Oh, the doctor.
Yeah.
I forgot about her, and she wasn't even in this episode.
She wasn't. So this is like right now where I think the story might go is they have an Outtie ally in Mark.
Yeah.
Even though it's impossible for Mark and Marcus and Outtie Mark and any Mark to communicate with each other directly, Outtie Mark at least knows they're working in tandem.
Yeah.
He knows that they have the same goal because his sister would have told him everything that she learned. Where I'm seeing the story going is like, that connection, that's going to do something. But I don't think that going to the press or any of that would make sense in their position.
No, because if they went to the press, he would never find out what happened to his wife.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I feel like there is a possibility that nobody knows a thing.
Bro, this is like destroying a movement 101. Give them these little small victories that will make it feel like it's important. Like what Milkshake is doing with Dylan. Like we're building on all these things. He's making it seem like he's giving them all agency, but then he pulls Dylan to the side and he's like, I'm building out this new thing because I know how much your family, or at least your Outties family, means to you. And so we're going to give you that. We're going to give you that concession. But at the end of the day, I had to catch myself because I was like, wait, hold on. There's still a lot of sus things that we still don't know, bro. Yeah. There's still a lot about Lumon that we still don't know. And they don't want that to come out. And that's where they're giving all these small things. So I agree with what you're saying. The fact that like all of that revolutionary change that Milkshake is mentioning on the outside is probably not happening. But two, they don't want these people to cause any more trouble because look how much they've already done already.
I think they are trying the good cop now.
Yes.
They tried bad cop.
Yes.
And that they realized, oh, that just made them angry.
Yes.
That just made them galvanized. That doesn't work. So now we're going to try good cop. We make them complacent. We give them just enough. Just enough. But they don't know about the wife.
Yes.
And that will prevent them from being successful in that. Question though, how has Irv's Outtie seen the doggone downstairs elevator?
Bro, this is what I'm trying to figure out, bro.
Do they all go downstairs, but it's another Sever? It's like another Sever that they can't remember going downstairs?
What makes me confused right now after this premiere, it goes back to Mark's wife. It was almost as if they were sending her down there, kind of like what they did to like Bucky and Winter Soldier, like reset. Like she was drifting a little bit too much to normalcy. They're doing something with that data, something with that information, something with the personality or the characteristics of these people that we don't know yet, bro.
Something. Also, remember she said something in that last episode that was like, when she was in the office observing Helly, that's the longest she's ever been awake.
Right.
So she's asleep every time she is not doing a session.
Yeah.
So she goes downstairs every time. Her Outie's not coming out for every 30 minutes or whatever.
Here's what I need to know. Why do they have her?
Yeah, that too, obviously.
I was thinking about that this entire episode. Why do they have Mark's wife?
And Mark, like, it's like, why did you guys do that? It's like, it seems dumb, but it obviously is.
Is it a coincidence?
It can't be. There's no coincidences there. They would know for certain the connection that they have before hiring Mark. Something does not make sense, but like that part has to be on purpose somehow. Yes. Here's my thing. If it's true that there was like this whole PR scandal and Helly's thing went like viral or whatever, then okay, I could see a bunch of people who are severed being like, oh, this is kind of weird, baby. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
If that's true. But if that is true, how did they get them to come back? I feel like that didn't happen. I feel like this was all a script to get Mark to feel like he was successessful in something and getting them back. I think it was all fake. I think they let him get into the boardroom. They let him think that he was doing something. They let all of that happen. I don't think that they went to them and all three of them were like, I'm not going back in there.
Well, that would make sense for that to be the thing that makes it feel like Mark won. We've already gotten the thing with Dylan. He got the idea of getting a chance to see his family, and so like there would be quote unquote no more reason to fight. That would be the perfect thing for Mark. The anomaly I genuinely think they are underestimating is Irving. I think that's who they're underestimating. Because one, he's got nothing else to live for. I think they feel like because he's this older man, sort of downtrodden, we don't have to worry about him. And I get the sense that they don't know the research that Outtie Irving had been up to.
I also am like, why you ain't tell him? You don't remember? You didn't wonder why your Outtie had a list?
He's thinking about his love. That's all. But
also to them, you didn't ask him how he found him. How did he find him?
Yeah.
And Helly girl, Helly.
Bro. How do we feel about her lying?
I think, okay, if that's her any, I think she's ashamed. It's either she's ashamed or she has a secret.
Something else was maybe revealed there.
But I feel like it's more likely, knowing what we know about any Helly, it is more likely that she is so deeply ashamed she can't bring herself to tell them.
I wasn't angry at her. I know there's a few people on Twitter that I saw it and I was like, I don't know, y'all. I would struggle in sharing that.
Yeah, I'm not angry.
I'm the daughter of the CEO of this thing we're trying to destroy. I'm like, bro.
I'm not angry. Tough. I am like frustrated because it's like, baby, that's something you can use.
I know. Speaking of which, before you even move on, what the is up with that little girl?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Miss Huang.
Miss Huang. That little girl is unsettling as hell, bro. When she was like, but just a reminder, you did not make 4 friends, Mark. And then just the dead stare right into Mark's soul until he finally caved. Like, okay, what are we doing?
New theory that just randomly popped into my head, okay?
What, they created her or something?
Not quite. Here's my thing. Okay, she can't be severed. Like, at first I was like, maybe she's like a kid who works like a little after school job, but she's there all day. So she can't be a child in the real world. That's illegal. They're not doing that. They're not doing child labor. What if they found a way to use the severance procedure to reanimate dead people?
Well, they got to be doing something, because that would make sense with Mark's wife.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe and those are the people that never leave. Because remember, like, okay, the girl is weird. weird, right? Like the way that she speaks to them is like not like real. She doesn't really feel like a real person.
Well, except for the little hints where she started playing with the toy. It was like the real body who was an actual child kind of came out momentarily.
Oh, yes, but like her human interactions are like kind of weird.
Yeah.
And Miss Casey's were like that too. What if it's because they're not alive?
Oh no! Wait, so she's really gone. That makes me a little sad. Mark's wife, because what you're saying makes a lot of sense to me.
I don't think that she's secretly alive. I don't see.
No, I think she's
I don't
gone.
see it.
Yeah, she's gone.
You know, I'm like
She's gone.
She died in a car accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that it would get a little bit too kooky if they like we like fixed the whole thing, pulling the strings. Like just I'm not buying it.
So maybe that's like, and like maybe they use those people as like, you know, further their research into the severance procedure, and you know.
Well, they're doing some cloning process though. Because the goats, they're doing something with the goats. I'm sorry. There's something there that I feel like is going to be important because they showed that in the trailer before the season started.
They can't be clones. Because
not clones, but something with the DNA that they're using to recreate or something.
Yeah. When Mark and Miss Casey had their session, Mr. Milchick said, you know, it's a good thing that they don't remember each other.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with the ghosts, man. I
don't know. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Well, we want to hear what you guys think. What did you think about this new episode? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below. We're excited to be on this journey with you all. And with that, we will see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Peace.